Hi, I'm Reverend Tony Lorenzen. I've got a spiritual challenge for you for the month of April on the theme of interdependence. If you think you're up for the challenge, stick around. Before I introduce this month's challenge, just a quick reminder that if you haven't done so already, please like the video, share it with others, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. All that social media following and things like it help me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. The theme for the month is interdependence, and my challenge to you focuses in on one of the most interdependent of human relationships, friendship. Not only do we love our friends, but we also depend on them, and they on us. My challenge to you this month is to reflect on your friendships and the spiritual roles your friends fill in your life and the role you fill in theirs. And here's some thoughts to get you going. Anam Cara is an Irish term meaning soul friend. As John O'Donoghue says in his book, Anam Cara, a Book of Celtic Wisdom, in the early Celtic church, a person who acted as a teacher, companion, or spiritual guide was called an Anam Cara. With the Anam Cara, you could share your innermost self, your mind, and your heart. This friendship was an act of recognition and belonging. When you had an Anam Cara, your friendship cut across all convention, morality, and category. You were joined in an ancient and eternal way with the friend of your soul. Pastoral Counselor and therapist Robert Wicks suggests that friends fill 4 different spiritual roles in our lives. He names these roles the cheerleader, the prophet, the spiritual guide, and the harasser. One friend may fill multiple roles in a friendship. You may fill one or more of these roles for a friend of yours, and they may fill one or more for you. And just as friends fill these roles in your life, remember, you are also filling them in theirs because friendship is an interdependent relationship. So the cheerleader, according to Wicks, is a friend who encourages you and reminds you that you can do it, you are enough, you will be okay, you're a wonderful person, you are loved. A famous cheerleader friend is Frodo Baggins' friend Sam Gamgee. Who are the cheerleaders in your life? Who do you cheer on? And how? The prophet is a friend that has the ability to tell you what you need to hear, not always what you want to hear. Who speaks your truth to you, or the truth to you, even when it's difficult? Why are you able to hear them sometimes and not others? Who insists on justice and compassion? Who keeps your values in front of you? Who are the prophets in your life, and to whom do you prophesy? An example of a prophet might be Ted Lasso from the Ted Lasso television series. Although Ted as a coach might be a cheerleader as well, he often fills the role of the prophet in reminding people of their core values, who they are, to be true to themselves, doing the right thing, and that's a prophet's role. The harasser is a friend who can get away with nagging you. So who calls you to humility? Who reminds you not to blow things out of proportion? Who reminds you that, you're not all that great sometimes when you do need to be cut down a size? Who calls you on your stuff? Is there someone in your life who helps you with these? Who's your harasser friend, and who do you harass? An example of a harasser friend might be Chucky from the movie Good Will Hunting. Will Hunting is a math prodigy who grew up in foster care in South Boston, rough life, and his best buddy Chucky is not an intellectual prodigy like Will, but has the ability to always poke and prod him to do the right thing, to stay after that new girl he met, to take the good job because he's smart, and that kind of thing. So Chucky's a harasser. The spiritual guide is a friend you talk to about the big, important questions. How you feel, the origin of the universe, the meaning of life, what happens after death. The spiritual guide is the friends who helps you understand and find meaning in art, music, poetry, beauty. A spiritual guide may be a person who helps you live your faith, whatever your faith may be, Unitarian, Universalist, or otherwise. Who are these spiritual guides in your life, and whose spiritual guide are you? An example of a spiritual guide as friend might be someone like Yoda is to Luke Skywalker. Although Yoda is a little bit more of an actual official spiritual guide, like a spiritual director, also fills that role in Luke's life. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, in the short time he knew Luke, was also a spiritual guide for Luke Skywalker. Once you've worked through this challenge, or maybe as you're working through this challenge, tell your friends about it. Maybe even invite them into the process of this reflection with you, like a true Anam Cara. As always, I'd love to know how you did with this challenge and what you think about it, so please let me know. Until next time, cherish your friends and go in peace. Check out my website and blog at tonylorenzen.com for even more resources that will open your mind, touch your heart, and inspire your spirit.